G'day, g'day. How are we all? I'm good. I'm on the first day of my so-called holiday, my leave, I guess. So what better way to start a holiday than to do some work? It's pretty sexy, isn't it? Named it Dorothy. Sue suggested I name it Dorothy, and I think that is probably the perfect name for her. So say g'day to Dorothy, the chipper. What I've done, I've changed the scoop on it, so it points into the garden. The ones I've used in the past have actually had a swivel on them at the end, so that's probably a little bit disappointing, but it's all right. It only took me a couple minutes. So let's set the camera up and see how this goes. She's all fueled, all oiled, ready to rock and roll. Okay. On, fuel is on. Should have listened to Beshi, because I should not have put that palm frond in first, and it's already clogged up. Pah. So I didn't not listen to Beshi, I just forgot we had the conversation. This doesn't work, turning that around. It will have a smoother run if it doesn't. See what I mean, like it's a bit out of shape. So that's affecting it. It's putting a lot on the ground right in front of it. It is chipping nicely. So you can see that's what I've got done. The problem is, it does not like those palm fronds. And now I'm too scared to put one back in here, because you didn't see what just happened off camera. It was a bit of a drama. Doesn't like it. And half that pile is palm fronds. So I guess I can lay them underneath, but that sucks. Besh says put a stick through with them, but now I'm too scared to do it. I went and had some lunch. This is a big job. I knew it was going to be a big job. I really wasn't looking forward to it. I didn't take into account that I'd have to separate all these, and these things are bastards. They prick the hell out of you. This is what we got going underneath. It's actually pretty compact. I can walk on that and it doesn't really drop too much. Boing, a boing, a boing, like a trampoline. That's quite cool. So let me set this camera up for you and show you what is working. I've changed the spout around and it works better, but it's still not as good as I would have thought it was going to be. Like, the machine's good, but just the way it gets rid of the chip. Alright, get this camera set up. There we go. Keeps getting blocked. Alright, so far I'm happy to concede that this may have been user error. Putting that palm frond through at the start, although there was no palm frond warnings. This is what we're dealing with. So it's getting stuck in here and it just doesn't appear. Okay, third time lucky. I've had 2 can't be bothered breaks. You saw what happened. And I think we know why it's red now, because you can't see the blood on its red. So the finger bled for quite a while, but I'm used to that as a chef. The end of your fingers, they bleed like bastards, don't they? So let's try again, shall we? think I'm getting the hang of it. But as usual, there's issues that crop up, and because I chop stuff up so big to cut into the ute, a lot of these branches are too big. So you know what, it works. That's it for me today for this. I'm going to go do some fun stuff, but it's starting to work good. Part of me thinks that maybe it was just when it was new, it was a bit too sharp and things weren't loosened up. I'm not sure, but it seems to be working pretty well now. This is a pain. You can see them, they're all the way through there, those palm fronds. They are nasty buggers. So yeah, let's go and have a look at some other stuff. I'm done here. Alright, I'd call that a semi-success. We've sacrificed to the garden gods, and that seemed to make it go. Got to figure out how we're best going to use it for work. I could probably chip straight into the tray if I wanted to, but I might have to buy a canopy or something for that tray, or do I just leave it here, drag stuff back home and chip it here? Not sure yet. It's probably better to chip it on site, if I'm being honest, financially. But, you know, that seemed a bit too much like work from the first day of my holidays. And I've been out there for about 5 hours and got bugger all done. Pulled it apart 3 times. But I think it was just new. But it seems to be running good now. Anyway, let's zen out a little bit for the rest of the afternoon. Here's my favourite part of the day. Always. Hey girls. Let's see if I can do this with one hand. What do you want? What do you girls want? Huh? Alright, out you come. Off you go. Where are we going to go first? The wheat? There's the oregano. We're not interested in that, so that's good. Yep, straight to the wheat. So that other wheat will be up in a bit. One sec, guys. Grace! Leave it alone. Go on. Off you go. They got in trouble before. They decided to go and say g'day to somebody walking their dog. And as friendly as they are, I imagine seeing a couple of Rotties, or a half Rottie German Shepherd and a Rottie run that is disconcerting. So they shouldn't be doing that. They haven't learnt the limits of the property yet. They will. They will. Especially Smushy. So Zen. Probably not going to plant these potatoes yet. I'm going to let them sprout, then cut them up so I can get a few more out of them. I'm just growing them for fun. I'm not going to grow them commercially. I can get them too cheap. And South Australia is a carrot and potato oasis. There's a couple of our major crops that we grow here. So I'm going to plant this garlic. Probably going to plant it in the berm. It's going to get a very heavy dose of Brendo's Black Gold. And I'm also going to plant this black currant. Now they need acidic soil. So what I'm thinking is we'll plant it up here, and I'm going to plant it in a hole of wood chip. So I hate wood chip, but in this circumstance it's what we need. So we'll get a nice, I'll put some worm castings in there, give them some micronutrients, but yeah, they should love it in there. We'll find out. There we go. I'm starting to think that when I transplant these, I might just cut the ends off them because they seem to respond to it. They like it. Let's go and have a quick look. The dragon fruit's going good. Thought it was going to split again, but it's not. It's just getting bigger and longer and bigger and longer, which is cool. Alright, the compost plan is locked in, the commercial side of it. Jeffrey Sachs, I just want to mention Jeff because he comes up, he knows a lot of stuff. He's a very smart man and he suggests a lot of really good things. I haven't mentioned it before and I should have because, yeah, he suggested that I make this a tiered system so I can push the compost down the hill, and I think that's a bloody good idea actually. So thanks Jeff, you're a good man, and thanks for watching the channel. Look how many palm fronds I've got there. It's I wish I had known that they don't like palm fronds before I bought all these palm fronds home, but what we're going to have to do, they do break down, but yeah, we can't put them through a chipper, so we're going to have to lasagna them. So use them like a lasagna bed. Haven't checked this for a day and a half. Let's have a look. Oh yes. So that rebuild really helped. I wanted to get the chipper up here today and get some more stuff in here because I got a lot of green stuff in the ute, which has got wood in it as well, so it would be a good mix of green and brown. But because I've been struggling and arguing with that chipper all day, it's not going to happen. I'd rather go and do fun stuff. I'm up to Betsy's tomorrow. I have a bunch of squid. I have a baby barramundi whole. And I have a rack of pork ribs, local Barossa pork ribs. And it's going to be great. I know those guys are good cooks. I've seen Bushy cook and he knows what he's doing. And yeah, I'm not going to cook. They're going to cook. I'm just bringing the stuff. All right, guys. Have a wonderful day. Have a lekker week. I'll speak with you soon. Bye now.